Seattle and singing in the rain. I think you named it after me. I'm delighted to be here on behalf of the Seattle Men's Chorus. Aren't they sensational? Yes! Again! Always. Now we have one young lady in the middle. I'm not exactly what to are you, I don't know. We welcome you to the whole chorus. We're delighted to be here, and I was so happy that you invited me, and that I know you didn't know that you invited me, because you probably have no idea who I am. Well, you are very young, you know, so I'll just take a second and introduce myself to those of you that aren't too sure who the heck Debbie Reynolds is. Did you see the picture Star Wars? I'm Princess Leia's mother. It's exciting. It's very unusual in the same town. She's going to be right down the street in wishful drinking. She wrote it about me. That's what she says, anyway. I'm so lucky because I've been in this show business. You know, it was unusual because no one in my family is in show business. I was born in Texas, and we were really poor, so my father moved us to Burbank, California. Well, it doesn't rain there, but it's very nice. But I wish you'd come here because I like it better. But I didn't know that till I got here this time. So I was raised in Burbank, and what happened, how this whole thing happened is I entered a local beauty contest in Burbank. They gave away a free blouse and a scarf, and we were really poor, so I entered the contest. I knew I wouldn't win because, naturally I wouldn't win. I didn't have high heels to wear or anything, and I bought a bathing suit from the Salvation Army. It had a hole in the rear end. Maybe that's why I won. I never analyzed it until today. They took me to this studio called Warner Brothers. It was a big studio, looked like a prison. You know, it was a big, and I'd never been inside of a studio, and they did a screen test in those days. We're going back a few years, because this is my 60th year in show business. It's amazing that I'm only 52. I don't understand. Why? You're sitting down really low, aren't you? Well, you can see everything from there. And you don't even care. I knew you'd help me out. So, my name is Mary Frances, you know, being from the South. They named me, that was my real name, Mary Frances, because everybody from the South has got two names. Elizabeth Sue, Mary Alice, you know, Mary Jane, something like that. So my name is Mary Frances. They didn't like that. They said, why do you want to be a movie star? I said, I don't. Well, I didn't know anything about it. You know, well, they didn't like Mary, for it was Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be. Now, George M. Cohan wrote that. That's a pretty name. Then they didn't like Francis, because that was the name of a mule. You're too young to know, but it was a television show. It's about a donkey, anyway. So they finally decided, because one of them had a dog named Debbie, so they named me Debbie. I didn't answer to it for 2 years, but I've been Debbie. I've been Debbie all these years, and now I'm very used to it. So I've been very fortunate to land in this crazy world called show business, because I fit right in. When I was born, my mother said, I talk so much, you know, that I would fit right into show business. So now here I am, and I want to take you back, for those of you that are too young to know, which is most of you. I want to show you, I brought along some clips of movies that I first made, because I made some real dogs. Then I made some good ones. But there's one, this, I brought it in my luggage. Now, could you show that little screen? I brought it in my luggage. I had this in my suitcase. I just folded it up, and it just spread right out just like that. Oh, there it is. It's called Three Little Words. It was with Fred Astaire. You've heard of Fred Astaire and Red Skelton? Well, that was my first movie. I was 16 years old. And in a minute they'll start it, you know, whenever it warms up. Oh, there it is. That's Red Skelton, Fred Astaire, Here it goes. Now I sang this. I wanna be just you and nobody else. See that little girl coming down the steps? That's me. That's a wig. I wanna be kissed by you, just you and nobody else but you. I wanna be kissed by you. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo. See, it's a song about pooping. Anyway. Oh, then I did another one with a young man named Carlton Carpenter. He's gay too, so. Chippy to the monk, to the monkey to the chimp. All night long they chat away, all day long they're having gay, swinging and singing in a honky-tonk way. Can you keep up with this? And my talk is chip, love you too. And the big bad boy, he married them and very soon they went upon their rabbit. Stupid, isn't it? Oh, then I get singing in the rain. This was a good one. Just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I happy again. When I walk down the lane with a happy refrain. I'm singing, just singing in the rain. Good thing I shaved my armpits. All I do is dream of you all night through. With the dawn, I still go on dreaming of you. You're every song I ever sing. Summer, winter, autumn, and spring. And more than 24 hours a day. Baby, stand and speak content, dreaming away. Skies are green, skies are blue. Morning, noon, and night time too. All I do the whole day through. Dream of you. You would look cute in that dress. I like this song. Makes you happy.
When the band began to play, the stars were
That's Donald O'Connor.
Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
So
Good morning. Some people don't stop you.
good morning
Good morning.
to you and you and you and you. Good morning, good morning. We've gathered all night through. Good morning, good morning to you.
Could be granted and to be in Louisiana.
In the morning, it's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
Mississippi, if we was in Mississippi.
When we left the movie show, future wasn't bright. But came the dawn, show was on. I wanna say goodnight. Good morning,
Rainbow shining.
good morning,
Good morning.
bonjour.
Bonjour.
Buenos dias.
Muchas gracias.
Bonjour. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Didn't they have cute buns? Now, if you watch closely, we go up the steps. And when we come down, nobody looks down. I don't know how we did this. Are we scared? Now the next trick you're going to see Gene Kelly also directed. He shot this like 40 times, then he printed the first take. Then I got to make a picture with Frank Sinatra. Old Blue Eyes. He was a good kisser. I definitely married the wrong singer. You see a girl with laughing eyes. Suddenly you're sighing, sighing. You're thinking something something's wrong, you string along, boy. Then snap, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Those eyes, those sighs, part of the tender trap. Then I did a picture called The Singing Nun. There were lots of good songs in this movie. One of them became a big hit, and we went on the Ed Sullivan Show on television. In a minute, you'll see his face and what he thought about this song. Dominique, saw the lady so play, his pleasure to acclaim. And I play the song I sing with some simple pleasure bring, so the world will know him. Look at that face. He hated that song. We don't care. My favorite movie was The Unsinkable Molly Brown. I'm gonna learn to read and write. I'm gonna see what there is to see. So if you go from nowhere on the road to somewhere, anyone you know it's me. I'm gonna move from place to place and find a house with a golden stair. And if that house is red, has a big brass bed, striking the bell, you're coming through. We hear the sound of a different drum. You better lie down. My name's Molly Brown, 'cause
There's one thing you must do if you and your beau are planning to go playing in the rain. If a passionate storm is in the air, you need more than a smile and an umbrella. If a twister is afoot, beware. Don't brave the weather a cappella, fella. Protect yourself down to your toes. There are certain parts you oughtn't to expose. Heaven knows what may fall from the sky, so keep your rubbers nearby. There may be nothing but blue on the horizon, but how quickly clouds above can hover. The Weather Channel man will be advising. Watch for thunder neath the covers, lovers, storm clouds pour, water pitter pit pat pa. Linkety plank. I'm just drizzle, drip, drop, splat. Clink, clunk. Rain, rain, don't go away. I want to go out and play.
It's raining,
Rain, don't
it's
go away.
pouring, it's time for exploring. It's
Raining, it's pouring, but that doesn't mean life has to be boring. So here's a friendly traveler's advisory.
Today's concert is made possible with generous support from the Hotel 1000 and Debbie Killinger. Thank you so much. You may notice in the first half of the concert that the chorus proudly wears a white knot, which stands for marriage equality. And in the second half of this afternoon's concert, we also proudly wear the AIDS ribbon. Now, yesterday afternoon at 2 o'clock, we had over 1,700 children in the hall here, and the men's chorus and the women's chorus and Book It Repertoire, no, is that the name of it? Book It Repertory Theater. We all combined and did a free concert for those young people. And today in the house are approximately 125 students that we invited free from the area high school gay straight alliances. We're so glad that you're here today, and we love you, every one of you, just like you are. You know, in times like this and recessions, arts groups suffer, but it's your attendance at events like this sold out weekend here at Macaw, or the auction, or the women's chorus, that allow us to do the type of outreach that we do. And we so appreciate all that you have done for us as a community. You're wonderful supporters. Thank you. And please welcome back Debbie Reynolds.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. The Singing Nun, when I made the Singing Nun, you know, tonight, I've never seen the nuns look quite riding a bicycle. It was interesting. It took me back. It reminded me when I first met my first husband. I was doing Dominique. That's when I first met Eddie. Well, you probably don't know who Eddie is, but well, it was my first husband. It doesn't really matter if you don't remember him, because I don't want to remember him myself. I know, I'm just stuck with it. You know, people ask me about him all the time. They say, how is Annie? How is Annie? I say, I don't know how he is. I don't really give a damn. Well, it's a long time ago, you know. So anyway, he lives in San Francisco, you know, that's what I hear. He lives there, and then he writes. They say he writes books. Isn't that interesting? Oh, I didn't know he could read. Well, the heck with him. Well, no, I have Carrie and Todd, so I'm very blessed, you know what I mean? Carrie's very, she calls him my mishpucha, you know. Mishpucha, well, it's a word. It's a Yiddish word that you learn. And so then I married again because I thought I should. You know, my children were so little, and Eddie left very early because he went down the Nile. You got that, didn't you? Yeah, you got that. Elizabeth, you all love Elizabeth. I know. She's 3 months older than I am. Well, we're friends again, and we all fight for the same causes, you know. It's just, she's been married 9 times. Well, now she's going to lease. Well, that's what she told me anyways. I was wheeling her around the pool. She said, no humor. So you know what I decided? You know what? I mean, after my second marriage, I thought, well, I should marry somebody older and somebody, you know, that he'd take care of me, and somebody rich. Don't you think that sounds good? Older and rich. And gay, I should have said. But anyway, it would have been smarter, I'll tell you that. But anyway, I married this gentleman, and he was really nice. We were married 14 years. Then I found out he was a gambleaholic. Have you ever heard of a gambleaholic? Yeah, well, he lost all of his money gambling. $32 million. And $15 million of mine. Yeah, and then he died. I don't know where he went, up or down, and I don't care. I'm not gonna go looking for him, I'll tell you that. I don't know what's the matter with me. My mother and dad have been married 56 years. That's the right way. That's the way it should be. They didn't talk for 42. But you know I don't know what's the matter with me. I mean, I know you're all really sweet. I look around me, such nice guys, you know. I don't know. I just have the wrong taste, you know. I think I should have married probably someone like Burt Reynolds. I wouldn't have had to change my last name and we could share wigs. Yeah, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune. But I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. Funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on the dream. I'm not gonna let it get me down. Long as this old world keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn, and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing. Every time I find myself flat on my face, I just pick myself up again. Back in the race, that's life. Oh, can't deny it. Every time I think about quitting, my heart just won't fight. As long as I know that life is worth a try, I wanna catch a big plane. I wanna fly. I've been a couple, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn, and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Every time I find myself flat on my face, I just pick myself up and down. Back in the race, that's life. I can't deny it. Every time I think about quitting, my heart just won't buy it. As long as I know that life is worth a try, I'm gonna keep a smile on my face, spread my wings, and then fly. That's life. always wants to know, Lullaby of Broadway, who was in that picture? So many great stars, and one of them was Dick Powell. Now I know that many of you haven't or don't remember him, but he was married to June Allison. He was a great star, and I was lucky enough to make a picture with him, created and paid for by Howard Hughes, in between designing jets and screwing women. Now I'm sorry, Dan. It was just a rumor. It was just a rumor. No, it was true. I was only 17 years old, and this picture was called Susan Slept Here. And Dick Powell was so handsome, and he had blue eyes, and he was a wonderful singer. And there was a kissing scene, and I had never done a kissing scene. I mean, believe it or not, in those days you didn't do that. You know, well, there was no pill. There were, you know. Explain that, yes. Complicated, isn't it? Depends what kind of pill you're talking about. So I was so frightened of it, you know, and he said, now, Debbie, don't be nervous, because all you have to do, he was very tall, you know, so he looked down at me and he said, now you just remember, now I'll leave it up to me, or you just close your eyes, and when you close your eyes, then I'll kiss you, and there won't be anything to worry about. So I just, you know, I did that, and I closed my eyes. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and then his lips finally came, but I missed him, and I bit him on the nose. He said, Debbie, forget about it, just keep up your dancing. That was Dick Powell.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Delicious things to eat. The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go